This is a Temery biological microscope. I received this from the Amazon Vine Voice review program to review for free. The normal asking price on this is $90, although I've seen it with a coupon as low as $75. They have not paid me for my review, and so my opinions are my own. So in the box you get this nice little carry storage case. It has foam in it, although the foam is not attached to the box, so it might fall out of the lid. We have the instruction manual. We have here the main microscope body itself, which is relatively well wedged into the foam. There we go. We also have a large number of accessories. So there are various sample slides here that have pre-made samples for people to look at, like feathers. We have hair, camphor, crosscut, red paint, and so forth. There's another box of blank slides. So we have two boxes of blank slides, one box of pre-made sample slides. We have a kit of a lot of parts, alcohol wipes, looks like brushes, cleaning things. So a box here with the power adapter, because it does have a light integrated into the base here. We have here a camera phone, cell phone camera adapter. So you can basically clamp your camera in this, adjust it so that the camera is pointing down the microscope there in the eyepiece and take pictures. And we have three different little optical accessories. So this is a 10x eyepiece. This guy here is a 25x eyepiece. And these are difficult to open, not impossible. And I believe this is a 2x Barlow lens or magnification lens, so you can use this to double the power of the eyepieces. There's also down here a rotating head which lets you swap in and out three different other sets of powers for the objective lens. So everything ships and fits back into that case, so this would be great for a science class, a lab, science, outreach activity where you need to provide a lot of microscopes, store them, transport them, and so forth, because each microscope comes with its own carry case. Alright, so you plug this guy in and you can turn on one of two lights. The general light is on the bottom that shines up through it. The collimated light source, that's for most biological samples. There is, if you flip it the other way, a light on the back that kind of shines down on the sample, on the top of the sample. That's really only useful at low magnification. So at 10x magnification, or sorry, 40x magnification, you can use that to see the top surfaces of things and things that are opaque. So I have the Feather C slide, which is one of their sample slides in here. And you get two different eyepieces, a 25 and a 10x, in addition to a 2x expander here. And then you have three objective lenses. So the one with the red ring is the 4x objective lens. So 4x times 10x gets you 40x, and so this will take pictures of things 40 times regular size. Now it comes with this adapter piece that allows you to put the center of your camera near the center of this thing, kind of slide it on and take pictures. You might notice it doesn't really go on straight. It's kind of at an angle and tilted and it wiggles around. There's nothing, it's not really holding on there. I was kind of surprised, but I am able to take pictures through it even with it like that. So I will be showing you pictures that I've taken through that with this phone adapter so you get an idea. Now if you move up to the yellow ring here, that yellow ring is a 10x lens, so 10x times 10x is 100x. So that'll get you 100x magnification. Now you adjust the focus with the stage knobs here, so those go up and down for adjusting focus to get in and out. It also has on the bottom here a set of lenses. So as you turn this around, you can put in kind of a blue, green, red, yellow, purple lens, and then you go back to the white just to pass through. So you can kind of, dye or color the light if you're looking for specific colors there. I generally didn't use that, but that's a feature it does have. Now this stage moves X and Y, so there's two knobs on the back here. This knob here will move kind of in the Y axis. This knob over here moves in the X axis. And so that's useful if you get something, not quite on center, you can move it just slightly. And I found, it's pretty accurate. You can control it, and even at higher magnifications, you can kind of move around and use that. So then, if you flip up to the blue ring, that blue ring there is the 40x. So 40x times 10x is 400x. And that's probably pretty much the maximum I'd want to use this microscope at. It starts to lose clarity after that. You can go higher magnification, but you're going to be losing detail. So if you want higher magnification, you swap out the 10x with the 25x lens and eyepiece. And so this point, if you go 40x times 25x, you're getting 1000x magnification. And then if you want to go to the 2000, you take the 2x Barlow, put that in there, put this in here, and that's the maximum magnification this scope will do with these particular eyepieces. So these eyepieces are 0.9 sized eyepieces to 0.9 inch diameter. Generally, I'd recommend using the 10x with these three guys here for most usages. So more visible on this side here is this knob here. That guy controls the light, the amount of light. So right now I have it on this top light, which is really only useful at low magnifications. And that's the collimated light that shines up through the bottom, and you can adjust that as you go through. These are the knobs I was talking about that control the stage, in the Y dimension and the X dimension. So for putting slides on the stage, there's a little clamp here. You undo the clamp, the slide will come out, glass slide, put it in, you just set it up, put this corner in, the clamp goes and clamps it in place, and then it just moves that glass slide around the stage. So they include this little box of 18 by 18 millimeter tiny cover glass pieces. So that will basically get everything down to a single plane, so when I focus, I'm not trying to focus, am I on the top of the drop of the water, the bottom of the drop of the water, and so forth. I can get to a particular focus plane. So maybe my lake water is just too clean, but I could never find anything that was clearly living. I found a lot of little specks that moved when I moved the slide around, a couple of little rings that could have potentially been a type of bacteria, but it might have also just been a little oil contamination from my finger. So I was never able to see a living organism in a drop of water, even with the slide prepared with a little slide cover on here. So I had a whole bunch of little round dots that were colorful, which I think were oil contamination. Some of these guys here have a kind of oily sheen when you rub them in the light. So I went ahead and rubbed one down and a slide down with an alcohol prep pad, put some water on that, and then looked at that. And I didn't see any oil at that point, but then I saw some things which might be bits of alcohol. I eventually ran into something which might have at one time been alive, or it might just be a piece of debris. I'm not sure. It looks kind of like it has a flagella sticking out one side of it. So we're going to call that something. Here's the picture of it. I found that when using this microscope and you're adjusting the stage left, right, up, down, you can also push up and down just slightly to change the focus just slightly. So instead of using the knobs, you can adjust focus just by pushing up and down a little bit to kind of zero it in exactly where you need it to be. The knobs work well at lower powers. As you get up to the higher powers, it gets real touchy to focus it, obviously because of the high magnification. Okay, so it's a microscope. It magnifies things. This little cell phone adapter works surprisingly well for fitting so loose. I was not terribly successful using it with pond water. That might be due to my inexperience preparing slides incorrectly and so forth. It does work reasonably well with the prepared slides that they give you, although they do have a sticker holding each thing down, and so you see a lot of bubbles, air bubbles in the sticker as part of the view there. So at this price point, it seems like a pretty reasonable offering at this low price point. If you want a real professional piece of equipment, you're probably going to have to step up to the next price point range.